don't have the luxury, frankly, to focus on one extremist movement over another. And so, this discussion today and in the coming days and for a while, it's really imperative for us, based on our research, based on the trends that we're seeing, and frankly, based on the threat not just to the Jewish community, but to the entire American community, that we look not just at one community. Violent extremism is not a Muslim community problem, it's an American problem. It's also a problem that's international. And so when we're looking to figure out ways to mitigate that threat, we have to find partners to help us do that. And so at ADL, we found multiple different partners. I still believe that effective countermeasures, counter-narratives, and just effective ways to counter violent extremism is through work with law enforcement. That's important. We heard about it on the panels today. An informed law enforcement entity, agencies, the more that they know, not just about the communities, but about the actual threats. That's where ADL steps in because of our research. And so if we take, for example, the threat of white supremacists and right-wing extremists, and look at the amount of murders in this country in the past, say, 10 years, 95% of murders against Americans, and that includes law enforcement, have been caused at the hands of right-wing extremists. We have to remember that fact when we're coming up with strategies. But that doesn't mean that we can deal with these various different movements at the same time. While we have to recognize the diversity of the threats, we also have to recognize that each threat requires a unique set of remedies and strategies to combat them. So dealing with the sovereign citizen movement, which is likely going to get in a confrontation with a law enforcement officer because they don't recognize authority, is a very different approach than when dealing with American citizens who are motivated by radical interpretations of Islam.